Hey, good evening, everybody. Welcome to another episode of Book of War with the two Dans here. If you're new to the show and you're wondering what you're seeing here, Book of War is our lightweight, easy-to-learn, fast-paced war game that's based on classic D&D, and we've been refining it for a number of years, and I've run billions of computer simulations to make sure that it is compatible with classic D&D, like original D&D or first edition or BX or things like that. And if you want to find out more about Book of War, you can go to oedgames.com. The link's on the screen right now. So, Gamma Dan, how have you been the last couple weeks?
Been great. Once again, enjoying the weird weather here in the city with snow flurries and wind, but no complaints. It's been interesting.
Yeah, we've had a really mild winter with no snow up until mid-March.
Yeah. And
then it got really cold the last couple of days, and then you and I both walked in here and we were like, oh my God, now we're hot all of a sudden.
Yeah.
For the first, and I've been frozen for like the prior 2 days, and now I'm hot right this second.
Yes.
Crazy. Okay, so welcome back, Rias and Julian. Thanks for hanging out with us tonight, and thanks as usual for the comments on Discord and other things that people are doing the last week or so. So let's get right to it. I think, Dan, I have just a couple of rules tweaks.
Okay, great.
Which is why I was running late fighting with the printer up until a couple minutes ago. So you'll notice that the spell cards, you may not notice.
I already noticed.
Okay.
I already noticed that there was a clarification on this is only against single figures for the
Disintegrate.
Disintegrate.
Right?
Yeah.
Yes. Which was something you pointed out, which was great, and I appreciate that. Mm-hmm. And separately, I've also been trying to wrangle my Book of Spells next edition update these last couple of days. So I keep going back and forth between I make a fix here and a fix there and a fix here and a fix there, trying to get these things compatible, frankly.
Nice.
And then on the solo rules card, stuff that's underlined was modified. Okay. I guess it might have been about the same stuff we said before, frankly. I guess none of that's really new. I printed that out. We said it verbally last time.
I see, yeah. Mm-hmm.
So how about you tell us what you brought tonight for an army? And then we'll laugh.
Yeah.
At what we both did.
Yeah. So it's a wacky army here. I have a Titan. I also have what represents a white dragon and a black dragon. I have 7 figures of heavy horse and 10 figures of longbows.
Right.
So no infantry. I think it's a first for me.
Correct.
No infantry.
Correct. Do we, Dan, I'm looking at, I think now our camera might be tilted too far up right now.
Oh, sorry, yeah. That's what happens when you let the guest...
There you go. Oh, I think that looks better.
Well, maybe, okay, how about that?
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, there you go. There you go. Awesome. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
So, let me think here. So, special abilities of the Titan, which is on the table for the first time ever here. So we'll see once again whether that unit is completely, totally broken or not. But the Titan has, right, and it's just my conversion from original D&D Titans, of course, of which I believe there's only supposed to be 12.
In the world?
Yeah.
Wow.
Right? So you have one of the 12.
Neat.
Yelly. So Yelly, as usual, is checking...
Is our Titan.
Our setup. is our extra Titan. So the Titans, again, that's a solo unit, represents one single Titan. It's giant class.
Yep.
You get 2 top-level spells.
Nice.
So I think original D&D said the Titans get 2 spells of each level, and we only worry about the top level.
Right.
And then, highly unusually, for solo units, you have 2 health.
Hey.
The vast majority of solo units only have effectively 1 health, but Titans are so fantastically enormous, you have 2 health.
I love it.
Yeah. Well, we'll see. We'll see. We'll see what's on it. And you can throw stones like a giant.
Wonderful.
So, and of course your dragons can both fly, and they can detect invisible, and they both have a breath weapon. You have to be in contact with a unit to use the breath weapon, and they have fear. So you get in contact with a unit to attack, and they have to make an immediate fear check, or the whole unit's just gone.
And for those of you who watched last 2 weeks ago, that worked out pretty well for me. The fear checks.
Yeah, yeah, you're right. That's right. Everybody's been mutually gushing over the lich on a wyvern that Dan had last time, so that's a new big hit.
Yeah,
is what it is. So for me, what I brought was a Titan.
Yeah. We think alike, great minds.
Yeah, we both decided to bring an army led by a Titan to test out how that works. So the Titan, using this miniature right here for my Titan. Got a little pedestal here so I don't lose track of him on the table there. It's the Clash of the Titans.
Oh no! You've got your episode.
I do. I have my title. Thank you, Backwis. That's sometimes it's right there. It's right there, and I need someone to tell me. I actually had another game that I've been scrambling for a name for months over, and Isabel just walked in one day and was like, "It should be this." I'm like, "Oh yes!" Thank you, Backwis. There you go. So I got a Titan. I have a ninth level Lord on a wyvern. On a Griffin.
Griffin.
See,
that's
we're also
cool.
stuck on the lich and wyvern.
It. Yeah.
So again, there's an actual Lord miniature that's out for painting at the moment. But at least I have the Griffin miniature, and there's a ninth level Lord riding him, and then I have another ninth level Lord represented by this guy here, which is my long running PC. I'll point out. So another ninth level Lord on a riding here, who's leading this team of 2 figures of elite knights. Mm-hmm. And you love the elite knights, Dan.
Yeah, I love the elite knights. Not, but I think you're forgetting something.
What am I forgetting?
What are the Lord's names?
Oh no. Oh no, I totally did forget that. Oh man, I'm terrible. Scooch the rule book over to the left. There you go. Sorry about that. Primus and Secundus.
Okay, all right, fair.
You're right. I totally didn't prep that. I'm sorry. Well, what's the name of your giant?
Big Al.
I don't know. I might not get over that. That's great. And in addition to those high-priced units, I brought 20 figures of Goblin archers, and I also brought 20 figures of Hobgoblin medium foot. Hobgoblin medium foot is what I have here for, I believe, the first time. So I will point out that my Titan has 2 spells. My Griffin figure can obviously fly. I've tried to stack up a lot of morale bonuses.
Yeah.
If you notice.
Yeah.
So obviously my solo types are morale immune. Mounting my Lord with these knights gives them +1 morale.
Right.
The knights themselves already have +1 morale.
Right.
So it's actually +2 there.
Oh, that's terrible.
And then the Hobgoblins have +1 morale, just as a trait.
Oh, I forgot that.
Hobgoblins are very brave. They get right out of original D&D.
So, but do they also have the chaotic?
They do, so that cancels.
So it's a 0.
So my morale checks will just be 1 for their health, and that's it.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So that was my trick here. I actually considered bringing some gnolls, but I wanted more miniatures on the board. So
no, it looks. Yeah. This is going to be an interesting one. I think. I hope.
Yeah, those so we both have flying units. You with 2 dragons and me with the Griffin. So yeah, we'll see how this works out.
Yeah.
Obviously, last time I tried to stick. I took no mounted units. I took basically no archers to clamp down on the weather. So this time we both brought some mounted types. We both brought some archers. So
right. So neither of us really wants rain, do we?
Seems like no.
Yeah.
Seems like no.
Good. Well, let's make sure that doesn't happen.
Oops. Storm. So yeah. So there is that. I'll get this off the screen. And again, go to oedgames.com/streaming, and you can see the rules that we're currently using and the unit statistics. And feel free to double check if we glitch up the rules at any point, or if we screwed up our accounting possibly. And that is the game. Bam. So let's get started with quote-unquote initiative, in which one person forces the other to set up first.
Right. All right, let's do this.
Oh my God, I actually won.
You actually won. I think that's maybe the second time in all of our games.
Yeah. First time this year. Mm-hmm. I get it once a year.
Once a year, he wins initiative.
You're going to sit up first.
All right. So that's fair. Let's say... but we're going to do
terrain. Terrain, then weather, then the actual setup.
Cool.
Let me get the terrain table on the screen, and then we'll go back and forth.
The person setting up first rolls for terrain first?
Correct, yeah.
Okay. Whoa!
Oh, shit.
Fine.
I gotta be careful about my language, because YouTube has these like weirdly yo-yo rules over how salty you can get in the start of your show.
Is that right?
Yeah. They've gone back and forth about that the last couple months.
Oh my goodness.
So 12 is a pond.
All right. I think the pond right in the middle.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I should get tape for that. Yeah. So my first piece of terrain. Oh, geez.
Oh, isn't that funny?
That's weird. So 2 is a gully. And I'll point out that the gully, interestingly, is the only thing that can't be affected by a spell.
Yep.
So you've got lower water to affect stuff like that, and you have move earth now affects things that are raised up. And gully has a special quality. It's the only thing that's stuck on the board and can't be modified by magic.
Interesting.
Interesting. So basically it's a reverse hill. So you can go into it and hide from missiles for a while, and then to go in is free, to get out is like coming out of a hill. So we both have horses and we both have archers. I have foot and you don't. I think I'm just gonna put this here to try to like break up your where you can go.
All right.
Yeah.
Interesting with the doubles tonight.
It's a marsh.
Well, it just seems like it would be a natural transition from gully to marsh to pond.
Interesting. Yeah, ish. Okay, seems like we're getting a lot of terrain here. 8.
Woods.
That's woods, okay. Which is one of these upstanding type terrains. All right, so neither of us have elves or bugbears or anything that can hide in the woods. We both have flyers, and woods at least present a spot that you can't fly into. Fly over it, obviously. You can't shoot into it. Look at this here.
Oh, and
yeah, I'm gonna put that there. Actually, tree representations on there.
So last time we had woods, you made an important, statement, a clarification that they are 3 inches.
Correct.
And so remind me, and I think I asked you this at the time, but I've already forgotten. What elevation are the hills?
I think they're 1 inch. Let me measure.
Okay.
They're literally whatever they are.
Oh, okay.
So 1.5 inches.
1.5 inches. Okay.
Yeah. So if you're at 2 inches, you
so
can
that's
fly
like
over
a 30-foot hill. Oh no, inch is how many feet? 30.
So here we go again. So officially, according to the current book, that is 30 feet. Okay. Just like you said.
All right. My turn to roll.
Yeah. Oh, good lord.
Really weird night on the rolls.
Yeah, quite.
Okay. Golly.
So you're gonna quickly push. Do I have enough of these things? There's gully number 2.
All right. I don't know. Let's just make this like this intractable.
Okay.
wasteland.
All right. Okay. Interesting. You see, I got a question here. Yeah, wondering what magic could possibly modify this. So, hey, Lord Pseudo. So Lord Pseudo in the chat here is asking, is that terrain table that we're using right now based on any D&D chainmail historical precedent? Yeah, actually, if you look in chainmail, they recommend randomizing your terrain with cards to determine what terrain pieces are. And I tried to use the same proportions broadly, turned them into dice.
Yeah.
Because I was very confused about why do you have cards when you could have just used dice instead.
That is weird.
Yeah, it says take a stack of index cards, draw the terrain on it, use that to pick, which confused me for a while. So I tried to convert it to dice as much as I could, but more or less keep the same proportions and the same terrain types. So 5 is a hill, a 30-foot hill, as we just figured out.
And that was the last terrain roll, right? Because I rolled first.
I think we have another cycle, actually.
But we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 terrains.
Which is 3 each, and we go 4 now.
Oh, we do now.
Yeah.
Okay, right, because the bigger board. I forgot.
Yeah.
I forgot. My bad.
Okay, I guess I'm going to make this symmetrical here. That looks nice.
All right.
7 is nothing, which
about time.
sometimes we get a whole... Now, this is the last roll. 5 is another
Hill.
Got it. This looks nicer. I don't think I want... Okay, so I was going to do something cutesy, and then I'm like, that would disadvantage me.
I know, it's so tempting with the terrain to do cutesy things.
Yeah, exactly. I was totally going to do that. I'm like, wait, that would be totally bad for me if I did that. I was thinking about putting it here and then having like this gauntlet of hills, and I'm like, wait a minute, I want to make use of this hill. So I'm going to put this over here.
All right.
Really unpleasant for you. All right, that's more terrain than we normally get. Normally we get a whole lot of those 6-7 rolls that result in nothing. Let me get the terrain table out of here. And now, Dan, how about you take a D6 and roll for weather? I'll get the weather table up, I think.
4.
So 4 is cloudy, okay, which is our middle of the road option. And I'm going to indicate that at the top right of the screen, the weather is currently cloudy.
Nice.
So that doesn't have any effect on anybody's stats or capacities or anything like that. So everybody's just at their normal utility level. And at this point, Dan, you can set up your whole army over there, wherever you like.
Great. All right, so I think I'll put... I want to give them 3 inches runway, right?
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Those guys there. I think I'll put... these here. And these right behind them. And then this one, well, I don't want to get too far from the edge here, so I'll put him right beside.
Great.
Okay.
And of course, while you were setting up there, Julian once again answered the question about what the cards are good for, which has puzzled me for years, and that is you don't run into this problem of running out of terrain.
Right. If you draw one, you definitely have it. Yes.
You know, Julian, I gotta say, I love it when 2 problems cancel each other out. That is like my favorite part of life, when I'm like, I have no idea why this works, and why is this happening like this? And it turns out that that's actually the same story.
Yeah.
Answering each other. So that's exactly the kind of answer that I really like. Yeah. Fascinating. Okay, so what am I going to do? So you have, interesting, so you have all your basic units piled up over here and all your solos over there.
Yeah.
Okay, and of course the dragons could come flying anywhere. Think about this. Okay, that's good. Okay, this is good.
Great.
Is that what I want? Again, I'm coming up with something overly cutesy, which is going to give me trouble. Is that good? I don't like that. Here's a question. Here's a question that occurs to me once in a while. At what point should the decision about what spells you take be formalized?
I think prior to all this.
Okay.
Don't you think?
I honestly don't know. I go back and forth about it.
Are we using the model where you have to get up in the morning and prepare a spell?
Yes. Yeah.
And
got it.
I think at this point, I mean, hey, I know that when there are big military campaigns, they set up tent and like look at each other for hours before they. So maybe you could actually, you know.
I like this. I mean, you have to have like a day lag on it. So I like what you just said, actually. So before this.
Okay, before this. Yeah, that's what we did tonight for the record.
Got it. Got it. So before you determine terrain.
I think so. But,
yeah. Interesting. And okay, so there's a quite. Feel free to put your opinion about that in the chat, because I've been kind of hazy about that myself. But when are the spells selected? So Dan and I both did pick out cards for spells before we started here. Enjoy your dinner, Laura Sudo. Yeah. Okay. Good. Fine. It's fine.
Is that like? Looks like meat's back on the menu, boys. Is that something you shout at your enemies before you vanquish them?
Well, now it is. Now it is. What am I going to do? Okay, what am I going to... Okay, so let me think price. So more or less you have about half your value over here and half your value over there. So you have half your value in solos.
Right, that's actually... I was kind of thinking that, yeah.
My problem is I don't know how I'm going to get my knights involved. I have a really nice unit of knights, and this terrain is like, I don't know how I'm going to get them engaged.
I mean, it's the same problem for any mounted unit, right?
Well, you know what? That's what they're there for.
Yeah.
They're there to take stuff down, so I'm going to put them right here. Look at these guys on the screen there, and and then this, and then this, All right. That's my setup.
All right. So I declare. No, sorry. I lost initiative, so I had to go first.
You have to go first.
Yeah,
yes.
yeah. Okay.
So you're going to declare all movement, and once you do that, then you'll start declaring attacks.
Yep. Okay. Gotcha. All right. I'm going to do full movement with these units.
Mm-hmm.
This direction.
Mm-hmm.
So flight 24. I'm gonna fly 24. I'm gonna fly 24. I'm gonna maintain enough altitude to clear the woods.
Okay.
And I'm just going to advance full movement forward with the Titan.
Got it. And if you need a turn, there's the flying turning circle in the bookcase there to your right.
Oh, I see it. Yeah. Do you need one? You
Not
have
right
a
now.
flyer. Okay.
Yeah, I only have one of those.
Okay. So, that I've declared. Now I'm going to actually do it.
Yeah. All right. Okay. Everybody is agreeing with you, Dan, about the spell selection.
Cool.
Yep.
Right. That's good to hear.
Damn it. Let me just pin down this pond a little bit better. All right. It's chosen by the council.
All right.
So be it.
Longbow move 12 as well. Okay. Excellent.
Interesting.
All right. So, I have 3 here for a runway.
Yeah.
And then I subtract that from my 24. Right?
No, you don't.
Oh, you don't.
No, you don't.
Okay. So then I'm gonna go 27, right? Because I said I would go 24. So does that?
Well, then you go 24.
Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay. So then I go to here.
Great.
And I go here. Oops. Sorry.
Great. So your altitude, I think you want your altitude at least 3 inches. You could be as high as 12 if you want.
Yeah, I think 4. We'll just clear it with 4.
Great. I'll use this D20 here. Mm-hmm. Altitude 4 for both these guys.
Yeah. Oh, and I forgot Mr. Titan. So 15 movement for the Titan, right? Yeah.
Correct.
Pretty fast.
I say correct, and I honestly have no idea. I've memorized a lot of stuff in D&D, but apparently not Titan movement.
All right. So it's 8. I'm going to see if I can actually remember how to do this. So it's 7 to here.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Now, then it's 9 to here.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And then it's 11 to
mm-hmm.
here?
Yep.
Okay. And then it's no more penalty for the rest of it, right?
Agreed. Yep.
So 11, and then I can go 4 inches. So I get to the edge of here?
Sounds good.
Okay.
Got it. And of course, can't throw stones, can't cast spells when you move like that. And do you have any attacks? I think not.
I don't think I do.
Yeah, okay. Great. Okay, so end of Dan's turn there, and I am going to send all of these guys forward as far as I can. I'm going to send the Titan to about... Man. Your 2 prongs here are really, really tricky to determine where to focus on.
He's rattled.
A little bit.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to have these elite knights veer off this way.
Okay.
I'm going to have them move this way as much as I can. These guys move forward. Titan moves, whatever this is, about 6 inches. These guys hold pace. These guys hold pace.
Mm-hmm. Hold pace means the same as the
yeah,
Titan?
about 6 inches or so.
Okay. Uh-huh.
And my Griffin won't move.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah. Which could be a terrible mistake, but... Okay, so these guys can move 12. That's 3 inches right there. So I got 9 more inches. I'm taking the center of the board, which is good in chess.
Oh.
At least, from what I'm told.
Mm.
Okay, so these guys move... So hobgoblins move probably 9. Yeah, 9.
But they don't have gullies in chess.
They don't yet. These guys also move 9. So I said these guys move about 6. And I guess I'm going to get stuck up with these guys. And that's 6 inches there. So I also don't have any attacks to make. And it's your turn.
Hey. All right. All right. I think what I'm going to try to do is... Oh, that we have the mutually assured destruction going on.
Correct. Right. So solos are given if they're fighting other solos and they get killed, they're given a death blow attack. So solo versus solo winds up being mad.
All right.
Yes.
I'm going to... One question about the fear. Do I have to close on you? If you close on me...
It's on your attack turn.
So it would be if I live.
Yes.
But I probably won't if a whole mob of them gets me.
Right. Now remember, I can only attack a solo with one figure.
True.
I can bring 200 guys against you, but I can only actually attack you with 10 at a time.
But you get the +1.
Correct.
Yeah.
Correct. But I will be surrounding you and getting back attacks.
All right.
So one figure at +1.
All right. Well, this is probably foolhardy, but I don't really know what else to do. I'm sorry, just give me 1 sec.
Our starting array.
All right. I think what I'm going to do is up to... I'm sorry, does the hill provide cover?
Yes.
Okay, so I'm going to move right up to the edge of the hill, basically. I think my 12 inches will get me there, as close as I can get.
Yeah.
But I am stopping at the edge.
Got it.
Okay. Then I'm doing another full movement with the Titan. White Dragon's going to close on them. I think he'll make it. This dragon, I think, is going to... I think this dragon's going to fly over the gully, but go kind of...
Interesting.
Maybe a little higher.
Interesting.
I don't really want to be in range.
Yeah.
Now
I got a rule, you got to move at least half your speed, so you got to move at least 12 inches if you stay in the air the whole time.
That's fine, that should take me right over the gully. Okay. So 12 inches, and I can go up as many as...
6.
Yeah. That's what I want to do.
Okay.
Kind of weird, but...
All right.
Okay.
Neat. And the Titan is just staying there? Is
No, full movement.
Okay.
Full.
Got it.
Oh, full movement.
Cool.
Okay. So let's, this is only 9, so I'm just going to... So the question, I said I was going to close on them. So the only question is that within 27 or
24?
Oh, because I'm already flying.
Correct.
Yes, I'm starting.
Well, maybe
I'm
24
starting to
either
get
way.
the hang.
Yeah, we'll never measure more than 24.
Oh,
yeah.
So I just want to make sure I understand.
Right.
So when I'm on the ground,
yeah,
there's 3 inches I need to run.
Correct. And I just count that as flight movement.
So it would come out of the 24.
It would, yes.
Okay,
yeah.
I misunderstood.
Yeah.
I misunderstood.
Yeah.
Okay, my bad. Okay, so 24. Yes, I have enough movement.
Okay, yeah. Got about 6 inches of spare there.
Yeah. All right, so incoming, and boo, run away.
All right.
Okay, and then I think that's 12.
Yeah, good enough.
15.
Yep.
Okay, so I just go right where the G
Sure.
is on Gully. And I'm going to go up to, 10 now. It was at 4 and
yeah.
10?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Should make me hard to hit, I think.
I see what you're doing.
Oh, I forgot to move this guy. 15.
Interesting. All right. So obviously your white dragon is attacking my hobgoblins, so I need to make that morale check right now.
Right.
Here. So here we are testing my morale bonus. So being chaotic cancels out the morale bonus.
Yeah.
I do get +1 for my health, and that's it. So with these fear checks, that's all I get.
So you need to roll 8.
I need to roll 8 or more.
Which is the gods are against you. Let's face it.
Correct. And that's the power of that dragon fear ability. Yeah. And you guys are asking for the goblin archers, and you're correct. These are totally, if I can get the light on, these are totally Warhammer. That doesn't look good at all. These are totally old school Warhammer goblin archers. Yep. Which I got in a sale at some point, which is great. We love them. So I need at least an 8. No, and that whole unit is gone.
The fear is the best. We love the fear.
Oh no, not that. All right, there you go. Anything else from you, Dan?
That's all. Wow.
All right, I'm going to have my knights charge that white dragon, and my griffin will also go after it.
Okay, fair enough.
Have both of them. These guys will go forward as much as they can. Okay. So my goblin archer's range is only 15. That's the shortest ranged weapon in the game, 15. And you're 10 up. I can go 4.5 and get 1 shot off. I think you might just be in range. I'm going to do that. Okay, so these goblins will move half, and I'm hoping that I'll get that black dragon just barely in range.
So do you calculate a hypotenuse, or what do you?
All right, so this is the
it's in the rules, right?
The flyer rules, which was
yeah.
Okay. So right here. So missile and spell ranging, compare table distance and the altitude, and you take the greater measurement and add half the lesser.
Okay.
Right.
Okay.
Which is an approximation of Pythagoras, basically.
So it'll be long range. Yeah. I get
you. Which is kind of similar to the mechanism on a battle map, where every second diagonal you pay 1 for every second diagonal.
I always think of it.
Yeah.
I'm sure you're saying
Yeah.
the same thing, but I always think of it. You pay 3 to go 2.
There you go.
Yeah.
There you go. So more or less, that's what this
Yeah,
rule
yeah,
winds
okay.
up doing.
Yeah,
Same thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. So these guys go over the white dragon. These guys move half. These guys move as far as they can. And I'm going to have my Titan stay where it is so that I can try to throw a stone at your black dragon.
Makes sense. Makes sense.
So I pick up an enormous house-sized boulder and chuck it at your black dragon.
Do you now? I'm not quibbling over the rules. I'm just curious. Do you take gravity into?
For simplicity, we just do this. For simplicity, we just do that as much as I could simplify it. Pythagoras. I had a more complicated rule.
Oh, did you?
Right, and then I came back to it a week later and was like, "Oh no, that looks awful. Let's not do that."
Get out your scientific calculator.
Yeah. And interestingly, I was looking at the Warhammer rules, classic Warhammer rules, and they did have a more complicated thing, or actually, battle system is what I'm thinking about. Second edition battle system had a more complicated thing, and I'm like, oh, people aren't going to like that. Anyway, okay, so I'm hoping these knights are within 12 inches of that white dragon. They may not be.
Okay.
Hoping it's 12. And they are.
All right.
Nifty. Okay, so that works. And it seems pretty clear. So my Griffin can fly 30 if it needs to, and it's pretty clearly within 30.
Yeah, no problem.
In fact, I could actually run over there, I think. So,
Yeah. I'll get there.
All right. And I said these goblins are going to go half, which is 4.5 inches. And these guys will move as much as possible, which is 9. So they get stuck at the edge of the hill.
Okay.
There's that. Let me just check the chat to see if anybody catches any mistakes. Yeah. Interesting. So some other options for altitude. So we'll be meleeing here. I'm going to try to shoot the black dragon. He's going to try to shoot the black dragon. Let's measure here. So with my measurement, we know you're 10 inches up. This needs to be less than 10. If this is less than 10, we'll be adding 5.
You're okay.
Okay. I don't have too much room to spare. So that's really 7 inches.
Yeah.
Right. So altogether, I'm calling that 13.5.
Yeah, so long range.
And it's long range.
Mm-hmm.
And then his range here is 20 inches. So kind of similar, right? The board distance is 10.
Okay.
So I'm calling that about 15 inches.
Okay. But also long range.
Also long range.
Yeah.
All right, so my goblins get 1 shot each. So I'm going to be rolling 10 dice.
Yeah.
2, 4, 6, 8. Do you have 2 reds over there?
I sure do,
I'll
yeah.
just grab those, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll roll all of these, and your armor's 6, right?
Yep.
Yeah, let's see where I'm going with this. So I can hit you with every 7. Every 7's a hit. Boy, that's a good roll. There's a lot of 6s there, but there aren't any 7s. So unfortunately, I don't manage. A whole bunch of arrows pling off your plate-like armor.
We're gonna need some assistance to rolling 7s. I don't know.
Yeah.
Kind of
I didn't think that. As usual, I didn't think that through very carefully. But there's also a house-sized boulder coming at you from my Titan. The rules are that's automatically a hit.
Okay.
Even at long range.
Oh, bummer.
Okay, but solo units under attack from ranged weapons have a chance of missing. So how about you roll this, and if it's a 1 or a 2, I actually hit you and wipe you out. 1 or a 2 wipes out the black dragon.
All right. Thank God.
Okay, so you managed to zig when the rock comes through, and your black dragon is still on the table. So over here now I've got solo on solo stuff.
Yes.
So I'm going to have the Griffin attack.
Okay.
Right. So that does automatically 1 damage.
Yeah.
Against your white dragon there.
Which kills it.
Right, that's a solo. I do 1 damage against you. Automatically kill it. You get the return blow against me.
1 damage.
And I do have 2 health.
So you get the
correct.
damage die. Yeah.
Correct. So that at least takes your white dragon off the table, and my Griffin is halfway done.
All right.
How does that feel?
I can't complain.
Yeah.
I feel like I got my money's worth out of that white dragon.
There you go. And I really gotta. I don't know. I gotta think more with when the archers are at long range with high armor types that I can't possibly hit them. I keep making that mistake over and over again.
Yeah.
And Desparrow's pointing out, and I have thought very carefully about this, is classic Warhammer had this rule for this situation for high armor types, is if you were hitting something that you needed a 7, right? You took all your 6s and then you rolled another confirmation. If you could roll a 6 and then follow up with another high roll, then you could hit 7 armor. And even if you had armor 8, I think it was like I roll a 6 and then I double roll a 6. You could hit armor 8. And I considered that, and I tried writing it up. I actually was veering towards doing the same thing to Sparrow, and it just got really, really complicated here.
That's the kind of stuff, in my opinion, that makes more sense for an individual character that you play over a campaign and develop and level up. You care about the little details in a way that I just don't know if it makes sense for this mass combat.
Yeah. And for what I found was I had that made sense. And then I also have this confirm roll for the ranged attack. Yeah. So what was about to happen was, I need to roll 6s and then confirm that and then confirm that. And all of a sudden my confirm rolls were expanding. Right. And I was like, that's going to look really bad. So I was looking really closely at that Wormhammer roll not too long ago and tried it and then snipped it back out. Yeah. I was very quickly about to have 3 or 4 confirm rolls stacking up. Right. And partly what Warhammer gets away from is that, again, they're secretly 1-to-1 ratio. They're still not really doing mass units versus solos. And so once that kicks in here, all of a sudden there's these extra confirm logic that seems I would have to do. Yeah. Anyway, Desparrow, thank you so much for pointing that out, because that's something that's been on my mind recently. So that's my turn, and it's your turn, Dan.
All right. Okay. I would like to figure out a way to. So I mean, I'm cognizant that there's this issue. If you're too high up, you need enough space to get down, right?
Yes.
You can drop 1 for every 1. It's a 1-to-1.
It's half to 1.
You drop half to 1.
Correct. Yes.
So I need to move 20 to get to the ground. So my question is, I have 24 flight. Mm-hmm. Can I curly Q?
Yeah, I'm going to ask that you use the, but the answer is yes.
Okay,
sure. You can.
So what I would like to do then is attack your elite. Oh, but that's the mutually assured destruction.
Correct.
Okay, so I'd like to curly Q and attack. I guess these archers.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Let's see if I can do it.
So if you can figure out how to use 20 inches of movement
to get there.
Yeah.
All right. So this would be. Just that would be 12, right?
Yeah, and if you got to start it the way that they're facing. So you could move,
okay, so that would be 12.
Yeah.
So then the mirror image of that would be another 12, and I'd be in the same spot.
And spending 24.
Okay, so that's not what I want to do.
Right.
Interesting.
So I feel like probably you could go straight some amount and then spin around down here, unless you really, really want to get to the front.
No, I could hit him in the back. That's fine.
Yeah.
So if I were to, go straight, well, that would be roughly, I mean, I don't want to measure before declaring.
Well, you already...
I'm already measuring.
Yeah. Have you declared all your movement? Or was
Sorry.
All right. So we'll just say you're trying to spiral down.
I'm trying to do
and we'll see if it's possible.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So now... This Titan is going to. I know it's a movement phase, but I have to.
Got it.
Now, a unit that has a solo embedded on it, is that a non-solo unit? Or is that a solo unit?
There's still non-solo figures with them.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So I think then what I'm going to do is cast a spell. So that means I'm not moving.
And okay, so now
line of sight.
I think there's an issue that
line
yes,
of sight.
Exactly.
Okay.
Right.
Okay. So forget that then.
Right.
All right. So then I will.
And this is a symmetric issue for both of us.
Yeah.
So whichever way we rule, it's gonna.
That's by the book. I mean,
yeah.
That's always been the way.
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm gonna move as far as I can forward.
Got it.
I
will say the line of sight issue also came up in my D&D game on Friday.
Yeah, it's
Last Friday,
it's the way D&D works. Okay. Over the hill and engage.
Got it.
These guys, on the other hand, not moving.
Mm-hmm.
And so this is wacky. I want to fire. I don't want to fire at the ones getting engaged. I want to fire at them.
Got it. Make two comments here.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm butted up right against this hill here.
Yeah.
And so in the past we've ruled that if you're fighting right on the edge of a terrain feature, you apply the modifiers for the rougher terrain.
Yeah.
So what we said in the past is this right here, your horses would be on the hill.
I get a 1 attack. Is
right.
That what you're saying?
Exactly.
Yeah,
Yes.
Okay. Mm-hmm. I accept that.
Okay, so we said that hills block fire. So if you're not, I don't know.
Okay, so even though I don't have line of sight.
Yeah.
Even though I could shoot over it, I don't have line of sight. Yeah.
What should we permit that?
No, I mean if I can't see you, I think it's fair enough to say I'm not going to hit you.
I think so
even
too.
if I have the range.
Yeah, I think so too.
That's
right?
fair. That's fair. Then in that case, I guess I will move up on the hill.
Okay.
So that's probably going to be, I want to move these guys. It's probably going to take a full movement to get up on the hill.
Yeah.
If I'm lucky.
Yeah.
All right, that's all my movement.
Okay.
Let's do the easy stuff first.
Yeah. I like that.
So that's 2, 4 just to get up there. And then it looks like it's about 6 inches from there to there.
So now remember that for the horses, it's doubled.
It's doubled.
So it costs you 8 inches just to get up the top.
It's 8 to get up there. All right. So then I will have 4 left.
Yes.
So I can come to the edge of this hill.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Okay, that's fine. So, okay. This guy's here, and then this will just be right behind him.
Okay. Those are 2 separate units, right?
Yeah, they are. They are. And then, I'll just go. This is actually,
Interesting.
It's basically
cool.
Less than half. Okay. Now, that cuts my movement in half, right? The width.
Right, yeah.
So it will take me 2 inches, and then I can go 7.5 through the woods. So I can get to the edge of the woods,
yeah,
and then go 3 inches.
I think 1 more inch.
1 more inch. Okay.
Yeah. Because you basically paid 2 and 12.
Yeah, that's an inch.
Great.
Roughly.
Great.
Okay. Dragon.
Yeah. So I think based on what we said, what we were seeing, if you can move 8 inches this way, you can spiral down, and that's the 20. Yeah.
Okay.
That's
right.
Thank you. That works. Sure, that works.
I'll go to this back.
Exactly. Perfect. Yeah. Great. That's what we saw.
Okay.
All right. So my Titan is like watching your dragon zoom down over his head, trying to grab it.
Yeah. As his boulders are falling back.
Right. Right.
So attacks. The dragon's the only thing that can really attack. Oh, the Titan, no, because you moved. Okay, so may I request a morale check?
Yes, so my goblins have to make a morale check here, and they don't have a morale bonus like the hobgoblins, so this is even worse off. So their health and being chaotic cancels out, so I just have to roll flat dice, and I need 9 or more.
Yeah.
Get some space here. 9 or more. I have rolled an 8. I've rolled an 8 and my goblins flee. Boo. Wow. Okay, that's not working very well. And that's all your attacks, right?
That's it.
This out of here.
Okay. And I have one of these. Nice. I'm going to get back. Yeah.
All right, so my hobgoblins will fight up the hill against your heavy horse.
Yeah.
I really wanted archers on top of the hill. That seems like maybe that's not happening. Okay, so your Titan has health 2. I'm thinking about a whole bunch of solo versus solo math over here. So my Titan's going to charge your dragon. That seems like a good choice. And then I'll have my knights spin around and charge your Titan.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. And I guess I'm going to have my Griffon take off and fly over the woods and get somewhere over the pond.
Okay.
Like probably about 6 inches up or something.
Yeah.
That's what I'm guessing.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Boy, these goblin archers aren't going to do much. These goblin archers are going to... You know what I'm going to do? Okay, so I'm going to make absolutely sure these hobgoblins are right at the edge of the hill.
Yeah.
Right, and these goblins are going to shoot your horses if they come over the crest. That's what I'm going to do.
Now they get an additional -1 because of the hobgoblin?
I would argue not, because they're at a higher elevation.
Well, I think that's logical.
Okay.
But the problem is that
Yeah.
this game doesn't usually work that way. On the question of shooting over other units, right?
We actually have. So feel free to.
Okay.
Okay. So I'm gonna read what's in the book here.
Yeah, let's go by that.
Yeah.
I'm probably
great.
I don't
okay.
know. Yeah.
And we might interpret this differently, which is feel free to.
Okay.
Say
I'll let you
whatever
know.
your honest interpretation is.
I'm gonna fight for this. No, I'm not.
If any unit is between the archers and their target, then indirect fire is required at -1 to hit. Archers positioned on higher elevation avoid these limitations.
Doesn't sound like it applies.
All right. All right. I am charging up the hill with these guys, and my goblins are going to take the turn to reposition and be facing in that direction.
Okay. I mean, but I'm glad you read that, because I had actually even forgotten that second part, even though it doesn't apply here. Yeah. Go ahead.
That's fine. Mm-hmm. Okay, so my Titan charges over here, and someone's pointing out that we haven't cast any spells yet from the Titans. So I'm going to go over here and hit him with an enormous club.
Okay, so that's just I'm gone and you get a 1 damage. Is that how
that's
it works?
right. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I'm coming up the hill here. Reposition like this. That's my whole turn. And Griffon takes off. So I'm traveling 12. And can you get the turning?
Oh, sorry.
Yep. Great. So I traveled 18, and like I said, I'm going to be at an altitude of 6.
Okay.
If I can find the 6. Where's the 6? There we go.
Okay, interesting. 18. You want me to say 6? So 6. I reckon that's about another 6. So you're 12. So right on the border between long range and short range for my longbows. Love it.
Might have glitched that up. And my knights are going to charge your Titan here. So this costs about 3 inches. And then I have 9 more. So obviously I can do this. Okay, so attacks. Clearly this happens, like you said.
Yeah,
so my Titan wipes out your dragon.
I'm going to take that. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and my Titan takes 1 hit. Whoops.
Oh, but I vanquish all your
So once again, your 2 dragons were spent with the fear effect. And each of them took out a really large unit.
Yeah, and they damaged another unit, right? In both cases.
Yeah, you're right. Yep.
I mean, I would have liked them to have stuck around another turn, but at least I got something out of it. Yeah. And so now we might. So I think that I should get 1 solo plus 1 normal unit attacking you. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Right?
Embedded. Yeah.
Right. That's a total of 10, really. So my knight, my lord automatically hits you for 1, and then I have to roll for my mass unit
with a +1.
Correct.
And the Titan has 6 armor.
And elite knights are health 4, so I get another +1.
All right, so I
need a 4. Yeah. And I'll say if I eliminate you, you still get the death blow against my lord.
Right.
Yeah. Okay, so I want to see this die come up at least 4 would be nice. I roll a 2 and I don't manage to knock out your Titan.
But I don't get my death blow either, right?
Correct. Yeah. And it's your turn.
All right. So, my longbows are not. Well, let me rephrase that. You're not in my turning radius. You're not in my. My
Agreed.
Fire. Right. So I'm going to. It's a half move to side face, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So I'm going to side face and stay where I am.
Right.
All right. Meanwhile, melee.
Got it.
Meanwhile, I guess
I didn't roll for my hobgoblins.
Oh yeah, go ahead.
Yeah.
No, you're right.
So much stuff. Okay, so I got 5 guys. I'm gonna roll 5 dice here, and I
did
need
we
6s.
roll any melee here either? I don't think we did any of this.
Agreed. Yeah, that's exactly what that's the only thing I think. So here's my 5 dice, and I need 6s. It's so simple. We overlooked that. I don't. Yahtzee.
Holy.
Yahtzee! I got all 3s.
If only you needed 3s.
Right, it doesn't do me any good.
Wait, don't you get to re-roll doubles?
That'd be great. That'd be nice.
Is that Yahtzee when you re-roll doubles? There's some game where you re-roll doubles. What game is that?
I don't know, Monopoly? There's a bunch of things.
Maybe, yeah. Anyway.
That's all right.
All right. Okay, so, but
I'm playing the wrong game tonight.
Isn't there some melee to resolve here? Am I crazy?
That was it. That's what I just rolled for.
But then, okay, but what about these guys?
They spent their whole turn moving. So.
Okay, gotcha. Okay, so we are caught up. Yeah. So back to me.
Right. Sorry about that.
No. Sorry, I jumped the gun. So half movement, just repositioning.
Yeah.
Attack.
Terrible mistake over there.
Attack.
Mm-hmm.
And whatever happens here is going to, I think, kind of automatically happen. Right?
Yeah, I agree.
Like, there's not really a lot of choice in the matter.
Agreed.
I am going to try to hurt you.
Right.
Okay. So movement-wise, let's just do this.
Yeah. Okay. There's my hideous mistake for the game. It's funny, we like our Titans have always had something that we needed to do, such that we haven't been casting spells.
They're busy guys.
Plus the line of sight. I mean, we've both had. I think both of us have had instances where we wanted to attack something, but this terrain is blocking our attack. Exactly. Also, you didn't let me switch spells beforehand. If people had let me switch spells beforehand, I would have been using spells to entertain you more. But no.
Thanks, guys. Okay. So I think that's... I mean, I don't have any more movement I can do of anything. Yeah. So shall we start resolving attacks?
Go ahead. Yeah.
All right. I'm curious how far I am from you. So I'm just going to get this die out of the way.
So whatever is the tape... I mean, you're pretty close. So it's this plus 3, basically. I hope your long range is what I'm hoping.
Oh, the longer one, right?
Yeah.
So where do I measure from on this unit?
I don't know.
Like, let's say halfway.
Sure, great.
Oops, sorry.
Perfect.
9 exactly.
Okay. So 12, which is just slightly in the
Slightly
long
over
range.
long.
Okay.
Yeah, slightly over. Okay.
And wherever you'd measured, it would have been the same.
Yeah, it wouldn't have mattered.
At least there's
it wouldn't
that.
have mattered, yeah. All right, so Griffin has a 6 though, right? You have 6 armor?
Correct.
So you're home free.
Right.
All right, so I made the same mistake
Right.
you did.
But it was close. It was a close call to being long range.
Yeah. All right. So that's a bunch of arrows flying to the pond for no reason.
Yeah.
So I only get 1 attack on the hill with 4 units. Is that right?
That's right.
So I roll 4 dice.
Yeah.
I need 5s.
Correct.
Right? That's a heavy.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Ooh.
What a mess.
No 5s.
All right. And then here I get an auto hit.
Yes.
So basically, I just take out your.
Yeah. Yeah. That's what you should do. I would let you pick if you want to hit the. Well, actually, what did we say before? You have to fight the solo, or do we not say that?
Aren't the solos drawn to each other?
That's what we said, right? Yeah, that's what we said.
We said that at one point, but these things change sometimes.
Yeah, that is a hazy point here, but that is
Yeah.
what we said: is that the solos have to fight each other.
Let's just do that for now.
Okay.
And figure out later. Yeah.
So you wipe out my lord, and I get the death blow, and wipes out your titan.
Okay.
Yeah.
Bye bye.
Okay. So I have a giant fight on this hill here. Not much I can do with these goblins now. So all of your stuff is on this hill.
Or adjacent to it, yes.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
How do I use this? See, what I really wanted, honestly, when this terrain, came up the way it is, what I kind of wanted was to unlock that pond, right? I wanted to have my horses here and then unlock the pond and have my little knight unit be able to go where I wanted. But I didn't pick lower water.
Mm-hmm. Griffins don't have fear, do they?
They do not.
Thank God.
They don't. Yeah. There was a second there where I was like, oh yeah, and I can fly in and fear them. I was like, wait a minute, it's not a dragon. Mm-hmm. It's interesting. So to be perfectly clear, my Griffin, at least what I use it for, was specifically anti-solo unit, right? It's got 2 health, it can fly where it wants, it can fly faster than dragons. Yeah. So I positioned it specifically to be able to take out the solos once they got engaged. Mm-hmm. This is actually going to be hard to finish off. All right, the knights are going to start coming through this gully.
All right.
But that's not much else I can do. You've convinced me that having the Griffin close to the archers is a bad idea. So I'm gonna fly over that hill over there.
All right.
That looks pretty safe. So I'm gonna fly over that hill. I guess these goblins will start marching over here, and then maybe I can go up over the hill. Maybe everybody's going to try to go over this one little section. Yeah. And then my Titan's going to walk over to this point, so I can at least see. Hopefully, I can see your guys from here. Uh-oh. Is my idea. That's what I'm doing.
But I'm behind a. So what is this? Sorry, I'm not measuring ranges.
Right.
I'm just measuring terrain.
Right.
So that's like 3/4 of an inch.
Yeah.
So that's like a 15-foot or something like that.
I would have to somehow.
You would have to get over.
I'd have to get around.
This.
I'd have to get around the corner to see those
okay.
archers. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So moving the Griffin here. That right there is 12. And I have up to another 18 if I want. And I'll come down and land on the hill.
Okay.
I'll probably just watch the rest of the proceedings. So these knights, this costs 2, like that. I'm trying to come around the edge. Well, I'm going to have to go through the gully no matter what, because there's that. So I got another 10 inches.
Yeah.
And I'm right here.
Nice.
And it's going to be a heck of a problem getting out of that. I said the goblins would move over here. So tighten 6 inches, total of 12 inches, and I'm there. Mm-hmm. And the only attacks I have are the melees here.
All right.
So 5 dice, and I need 6s. There's no 6s.
All right.
It's your turn.
All right. So I think what I would like to do. Oh, sorry, I'm not measuring.
Yeah.
I want to move a full movement and get them up on the hill.
Mm-hmm.
Or not a full movement.
Even. Yeah.
I want to get enough movement to get them up on the hill pointing.
Yep.
That direction.
Yep.
And I want to attack.
Yep.
Can I? These are a separate unit. Can I wrap around or something?
Well, you'd have to pick one side. It has to be contiguous, so you'd have to pick one side.
And I'd have to sort of to side face.
Yeah.
And start going that way.
Correct.
Okay. Well, it's quarter movement, unfortunately, right? So my movement is down to... You're
on top of the hill, so coming down doesn't cost anything.
So I have 12 movement coming down.
Yeah.
Oh. My. In that case...
So one option would be to, to take half movement to turn to the side, and then you'd have 6 inches to start moving.
All right.
Yeah. Julian, take care. Thanks for checking in.
Yeah. All right. I'm going to go side face that way and then come and try to flank over there. So these guys up here, these guys that way.
Great.
And that's it. That's all I have left. So,
So clearly it costs 2 to get up the hill.
Right.
So right there would cost you a total of 8.
All right. Yeah, that's...
And remember, if you move 6, you could still get a shot off.
Right.
Which would be 4 real inches plus the hill.
4 plus the hill. Oh, so sorry. Oops. 4.
So it looks like for that you'd get. Actually, put the 4 right on the corner here with this guy.
Which guy? Like this?
Yeah, come towards me. So for me, so I would measure from the. I see you're measuring from the tray, I guess, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So it seems to me like you just get 1 figure up that way.
Okay, so I can only fire 1 shot.
Yeah. Or one rank of shots, which would be 2 guys.
Now, if I just moved here... Oh, I already declared, didn't I? Are we still in the movement declaration phase? No, we started measuring.
We started measuring.
Yes. Okay, so I guess, there's really no way to win here. So I'll have to get 1 figure up there. That's what I'll do. So how do I just sort of, or just...
Yeah, take 2 guys off the tray, and so you're starting to pivot there around, and the rest of them are coming behind.
Sort of like this?
Yeah, perfect.
Okay, all right.
Does that make sense?
So that means I get 2 shots or 1?
2
shot. Okay, 2
shots. You'd be rolling 2 dice. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Oh, and these guys. So.
Yeah. So that's half, which is 6 inches.
And then
you have tricky placement. You have 6 more inches. So if you measure from the outside corner, and if you can get in contact with me, if it's 6 inches from the outside corner, it is. All right.
So I'll just kind of bring them.
And maybe it makes sense to take them off the tray. When
all right, yeah.
Cool. Well, that's a neat little move.
All right, cool.
Yeah.
Okay, so now let's resolve missiles. a 2 dice.
Mm-hmm.
I need 6s. I think it's short range. Want me to double check?
Yeah.
2 6s.
Agreed. Yep.
With the doubles tonight. All right.
6, 1, 2, 3. Yeah. And I guess all total here, you're going to get 6 dice worth of attacks.
So even though I'm at the top of the hill coming down, I still get half attacks.
Correct.
Okay.
Correct. Good movement, but unstable.
Right.
Jeez.
Not a whole lot of nothing.
There's no 5s.
There's not even any 4s.
Yeah, holy smokes.
I needed 4s, right?
Well,
no, I needed
4.
5s. Oh, I needed 4.
You needed
5s.
5s.
Okay.
Okay, well, that's too bad.
Well,
all right. So my Griffin's going to stay there. My Titan's going to stay there. My Knights are going to start coming up the hill.
mm-hmm.
Going to send my Knights against your horses, so they're going to come up to the crest of the hill.
Okay, excellent.
Yeah. And then my Goblins will right face and try to go over this edge of the hill.
Very good.
That's the idea. Okay, so let's see. So pretty sure that's within 12. So this costs. Okay, so it costs me. Actually, I might not make it. So it cost me 4 inches with horses to get out of the gully.
And then, to get out of the gully.
Gully, yes.
Yeah, you're gonna.
Right, and then another 4 inches to get up this hill. It's 8.
So you can do that.
I only have 4 inches left. Yeah, that's it right there.
Okay.
Okay. It's actually going to take a whole turn of movement just for the elevation all the way up there.
Mm-hmm.
And then these Goblins right face, which is half, and then my Knights are blocking them from getting up onto the hill. So that kind of, that's that.
Okay.
Whoops, damn it. Okay, so I'm going to take my Hobgoblins off
Okay,
this.
all right.
I'm having too much trouble. All right, so I'm going to roll my my 5 dice against these horses here. I guess that's it.
Nothing.
That's, again, 4 is the highest.
What a grueling battle on this.
It is. And it's your turn. That's all I got.
Okay. So I'm interested in finding out, can I get like 2 more figures up here?
Sure, yeah.
But the rest of them cannot fire, right? Only the ones that are up on their level. Because they're the... Wait a minute. I think now...
I think they can...
Now, if I can swing these around the whole...
Agreed.
I think...
Yeah.
So it'll take a half movement.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Unfortunately.
I mean, are they already... I mean, I left it kind of sideways here, but are they already 1 unit?
Okay. Unfortunately, yeah. You actually have line of sight to me with all those guys.
I don't even need to move, do I? I left it in a confusing way that makes it look like separate units. Yeah. Is it okay if I just straighten it for clarity? Like this is all the same? I mean,
sure. Yeah.
Yeah. So I just like boop-a-doop. Like that. Okay.
Let's leave. Let's not
leave it the way
it was.
So it doesn't look like there's a movement.
Right.
Okay.
Exactly. Yeah.
Okay. So
but you're in sight and you have it in your
fine.
Unfortunately.
Fine. So I want to just do a full volley at the Elite Knights.
Yep.
And then continue melee. That's it. That's
it.
Okay. So that's...
You're going to need more dice.
2, 3, 4. That's 10 times 2, right? So
yes.
I roll all these twice.
You do.
But I need 6s
Correct.
for all of them.
Right. Okay. Against Elite Knights. Oh. Okay, there's 2.
2 6s.
It's a pretty good roll.
Yeah, it wasn't bad. 3 6s.
3 6s. Okay, so these guys are health 4.
Okay.
So that knocks off 1, and there's 1 damage left.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now I have any more wrapping around? Oh, I guess that's over. Never mind. So 5 dice, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
6, actually.
Oh, I can do 6.
Yeah.
Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And I need 5s.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3.
2, 3.
Finally.
All right.
All right. Oops, morale time, right?
Yes. Harder than I thought. Okay, so for my hobgoblins, that's 7 divided by 3 is 2.
Yes.
Plus 1 for their morale bonus.
Yes.
And then health and alignment cancel out, we'll say. So I need the dice to be 6.
Yeah.
Got that.
Got it.
All right, somebody make a morale check sometime. And then my elite knights, that one I'm going to have to look up. So clearly the ratio is 1.
Yes.
I get 1 for their health.
Yes.
I get 1 for their special morale bonus. That's it.
You only get 1 for health? Don't you get 2 for health?
Ah, jeez, I'm thinking attack bonus. Thank you so much. So 1 for the ratio, plus 4 for their health is
4
5.
for health, yeah.
Plus 1 more for their bonus is actually 6. So I only need to roll 3.
All right.
That's a big difference.
Big difference.
Yeah, I haven't been making morale checks in so long. I forgot how to. Oh my god!
Just barely. Just barely. Wow.
Oh crap! I thought I missed that. Holy shit! Oh, heart attack! Holy mackerel! Jeez. Okay, okay? Let me just double check the math was right on that. So 3 plus their health is 7, plus 1 for the ratio is 8, plus 1 for their special morale bonus made the difference.
Wait a minute. Where? Sorry, just one. Since we are doing this.
Yeah.
Where was the 3 from? The 3 is the roll.
This.
Oh,
yes,
the roll.
Right.
So their health, that's 7.
Yeah.
Then the morale bonus, that's 8.
Plus 1 for the ratio.
For the ratio.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Whew, okay. That's the end of your turn, right?
Well, yeah, you're doing
okay.
morale, so
right.
yeah.
Okay, so I'm gonna wrap my 1 extra figure around here to get everybody in combat I possibly can. I'm gonna send these elite knights up, like I said, to the top. I'm gonna try to. I'm going to try to get these goblins in melee.
Wild.
Yeah, I think I would rather not take a full shot from you next time, I guess, is what I'm thinking. So I'm going to try to clamp down on that in melee.
Yeah.
And that's all my movement. Okay, so here's this wrapping movement here. So clearly I can do this because this is 4 inches plus 1 is 5. I'm just going to put it like this to get him up there. That's him. And can my goblins possibly get in combat? So, costs 2 to get over the edge.
Yeah.
So I have 7 actual inches of movement.
Okay.
So if I'm within 7 inches, I can make contact.
Okay.
It's about 6.
All right.
Yeah, so I can totally do that. Get him. All right, now attacks. So we 5 guys attack here, 2 guys attack here. I get 2 attacks here, and my Titan.
Oh, damn it!
Against your longbows.
Okay, 5 damage.
Right.
Yeah.
So I am casting death spells. So among my spells, my Titan brought to the table was a death spell, which does 5 damage to normal type units.
Okay.
So that right there takes out 5 of your figures.
Yeah.
I suppose I could. I mean, it has a really long range of 24 inches, so that happened.
Yeah.
I'll make my 2 goblin attacks. I need 4s.
Okay.
1 more.
Oh, 1 more down.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Yeah.
Yep. I'm going to attack with this unit of knights here. I just get 1 die. Plus 1 because they're high level.
Okay.
So I need 5s.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh, geez. Okay, there's a hit.
Yeah.
On this bunch. I get 5 attacks with my hobgoblins, which to date haven't hit anything. I need 6s, no hits, and 2 over here, 1 hit.
I can use another. Oh, I can just take one of these down, right?
No, this is 2 different units.
Oh, you're right.
Yeah, unfortunately.
So
is that all the white dice?
There's one over here by your Griffon.
Yeah, I guess they're all in use. We'll just do this.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
Okay. Wow. Okay, so morale.
Yeah.
Nothing ratio-wise. 1 for health. That's it.
Yeah.
I need an 8.
Yeah.
All right, so longbows are gone.
Yep.
Okay.
Your turn.
So I don't think there's no other morale checks, so might go. How many units can I turn against your elite knight?
2.
Okay.
If you like.
So I'd like to, or not units, I guess. How many
figures? Yeah.
So 2. I'd like to attack 2 against that, and then. I declare a movement. I need to declare a movement. I want this to come around and engage over here. No, it goes off the board.
Right.
Okay, so maybe not possible. Can I? Well, he's part of this unit, so I can't.
We'll say yes. We'll let him sneak in here and say yes to that.
All right, and I'm sure that's
Yeah.
All right. Cool. Thanks.
Everybody was now kung fu fighting.
That's right. We don't want to leave anyone out
right.
of the fun. So now I love how we always end up on a hill, just like beating the crap out of each other. Okay, 2 dice against this. I need 6s, right?
Correct. And I'm going to just move these guys to represent that because I do allow people to reposition in a melee.
Okay.
So there's your 2 guys there. Oh!
Holy hot damn!
Fuck!
Hot damn!
So Dan just rolled double 6s there. And he obviously he needed 6s, so that hurt. My knights do have 4 health.
I know
I'm now at 3 hits. Yeah. Oof, that was brutal, man. Jeez, Louise.
Whoa.
Okay, enough of that, please.
Okay. Well, I won't get many of those. So now I got 5 dice against your goblin.
I think it's yes. You're right.
Is it wrong?
Yeah.
Okay.
No, you're right.
Nice.
Damn.
See, it came back to bite me.
Okay. All right. Okay, so my goblins are going to march around here to get the backside of your horses. Is what I'll do.
All right.
I don't know. Is there some way I could do this to get them to actually shoot, or is that too clever?
I mean, you're not engaged. You could shoot right now.
Yeah, but so I would have to split up the dice,
yes,
right? I don't want to shoot my own guys here.
Oh, I see. Well, how? Right. Okay. Well, that would be so. No matter what.
It's really interesting. I mean, so and you know what? I'll just come out and say that my Titan's other spells control weather. So, I can't slow down your horses anymore
because they're already slowed.
Right. We're clearly locked down in this fight.
Yeah.
I would consider the whirlwind option, but in original D&D, the whirlwind only wipes out things that are specifically 1 health.
Yeah.
Right. And these guys are declared to be 2 health here.
Yeah.
And
it does kind of make sense that if you're on a horse, it's going to be a little hard to blow you away.
Yeah, right. Mm-hmm. Which I'm fine with.
Mm-hmm.
So I think I just have to do this the old-fashioned way. I guess I'll start sending the Titan over here in case that, I might need to get in melee.
Yeah.
And the goblins will climb up here in order to pincer move you.
Okay.
I guess that's it. I guess that's what I got for movement.
All right.
So the Titan is, I guess I'll move the goblins first. This is these guys, right?
Yeah.
So moving up here costs a total of 7-ish. I'm not going to be able to get melee attacks the way I'm doing this. So
I'm just going to put this here so it's with him.
Yeah. Okay, so I'm moving over here. And the idea is next turn I can about face and get in melee.
Okay.
I'm fighting here. And my Titan is, it's like 6, and up is 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
That's what I got.
Cool.
And I just kind of make, so I'm attacking with these knights and with these hobgoblins. So the knights, again, I got 1 die. If I can roll a 4, that's a hit.
Yeah.
That's a hit.
So I think I can then take one of these down.
Correct. I agree with that.
Yeah. I'll just put it here so I don't forget it.
Right. I just do 1 damage.
And I'll switch out the damage dice. So
very nice. Thank you.
Yeah.
And then I get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 attacks against these guys. There's a hit.
6. Okay.
And
this
back
is
it comes. Yeah. That's, yeah, okay. And I get 2 attacks against these guys. So if I can roll 1, 6, I wipe out. Nope. This is a lot of stuff here.
Yeah, these hills are tricky like that, huh?
All right. Do you need to make a morale check there?
Well, yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So I get 3 plus 2 for health, 5. So I need a 4. Okay. Good.
While we're doing this, there was some discussion in the chat a little while ago, I think, about dragon defenses, I think, against normal people. And, you know, I think Julian Desparrow, I think, were making some comments, which are good because, and I go back and forth about the same thing because in chainmail, right, normal units couldn't hit dragons. Normal units just couldn't hit dragons. So arguably, maybe that should have been translated to be you need a magic weapon to hit them, right, which is what happened for some other types.
Right.
But that doesn't appear in OD&D. It doesn't appear in first edition. It doesn't appear in BX. But in second edition, if you look in second edition, older dragons start becoming hittable only by magic. But that doesn't happen until second edition for certain older types of dragons.
All right.
So for this game, I actually go back and forth about that myself, about should dragons be, immune to normal hits, but it's not in 0 edition or first or BX, and so by preponderance of the evidence, I'm going with not in most old editions.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
So it is your turn.
And as we all know, one barbarian can take on a big red dragon from the front of the Mentor box set, right? He looks pretty normal.
I think that's a lord. There's no barbarians there.
On the basic side.
Right. How dare you, sir?
Okay.
I don't know if you caught
yes. I know that the real picture has got party in it, right? The original,
well, there's that too. Yeah, there's that too. But what I was talking about is I actually just learned on Sunday when we interviewed Luke Gygax that Luke was the initial playtester for the barbarian class.
Oh, fun.
Yeah. So we had a little chat about the first ever PC barbarian made by Luke as he was playtesting that.
Wow.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. That's awesome. Right? Yeah.
All right. I guess he's not really a barbarian on that box set. He just kind of has long hair and stuff. So anyway,
he's metal. We can all agree he's very metal, right?
Very metal. Very metal. It was the era of metal. So I would like to wipe out your elite knights.
Okay.
And then melee.
Right.
So can I turn one? I need 1 6 to I'm just gonna keep things the way they are.
Yeah.
Okay. So here go the 2 against the elite knights.
No.
And then here go the 4 against the goblins.
You know what? You get another die because this guy's not on the hill.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
So here come the 5 against
2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah.
So I got 2 5s.
Yeah.
Okay. Nice. Great, thank you.
So morale check is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 divided by 2 is 2 plus 1 because they're super brave. So I need the dice to be 6. Got it.
Yeah, no problem.
That's what they're good at. And my goblins turn and then charge into melee. Do you think my Titan can get in that space?
Yeah.
Okay, and my Titan charges into melee too. Mm-hmm. Everybody does that. So it's interesting, heavy horse, sometimes it takes a while to get them into melee, and then they stick around for a long time.
Yeah.
They have a lot of stickiness because of the armor 6. All right. Actually, there's a hit on this guy already. So my elite knights, I need a 4. Nope. My Titan automatically does 1 hit.
Okay, I'll make the big blue die.
Yeah.
Oh, well, no, I can just take one now.
Right, there you go.
Oops. I knocked over, sorry. I knocked over.
So previously, when this guy was here, let me just see.
Yeah.
Right, so previously, I guess all these guys are in contact. So I get 5 attacks from the goblins?
Yeah.
Oh!
Whoa! Jesus.
So there's
he was already
3
gone.
hits.
So I've just got 1 figure and 1 wound.
Yeah, that was unexpected.
Goblins.
So my hobgoblins have been fighting for like the whole fight, and all of a sudden the goblins show up. And now these 3 hobgoblins I'll have on where your cavalry was up there. Okay, there's the last hit on those up there.
Right, so this one's like, okay.
And then I get 2 attacks down here, and there's no hits. All right. So that took almost my entire army to pinch that.
Okay, well, so let's hope I start rolling real hot right now.
Yeah.
So I'm just gonna melee.
Yeah.
So I have 4 dice. No, I'm sorry. No, 2, 3, 4. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
There's 1.
1. All right. All right. That's all I can do.
My morale check, I'm adding 5, so the dice need to be 4.
Okay.
Got that.
Yeah.
So I guess the best thing to do is I'm just going to send my Titan in. So I've got you pinched up against the side here. So I'll send my Titan in, and then I know that I get 1 hit.
Yeah.
So I can do this, plus 3 of these guys, and that's pretty much all I can fit in there.
So should I remove a figure because there's a 1?
Yes, please. Yeah.
All right. So I'll just put him here for now.
Great.
Right.
And 3 dice from my hobgoblins, and there's 1 more hit.
All right. So I'll put this back. All right, so just 2 attacks, right? Yeah, I can't really move in melee, right? I can't
morale check.
Oh,
it'll be pretty easy.
Okay, so 2 plus 2, so that's I need a 5.
Yeah.
Right.
Got it.
And am I able to? I don't know the rule. I'm just asking. I'm not sure if I know if I'm able to like maneuver off of this hill.
No.
Okay, so
No.
I'm stuck there.
Yeah,
okay.
you are.
All right. So then 2 dice. Oh, can I? I need a 6 to hit him.
Correct. Yeah.
So, can I aim 1 at him?
You can.
Okay, so
Yeah.
I'll see if I can.
Oh!
Came pretty close.
Yeah.
And then the other one just needed 5.
Okay.
So I did get a hit.
Him out, and I'll just roll the dice here. And 6 plus the ratio 3. That's okay.
Yeah.
All right. So I tag you again with the Titan.
Okay, so another one down here.
And then 2 dice. And that's actually 1 more hit.
So I'm wounded. So now it's 1 plus 2 is 3. So I need a 7.
6.
Oh, 6.
Yeah.
Just barely.
Still
Okay. I want to take out your Titan.
Yeah, go for it. Again, that looked pretty good. And then my Titan comes in and clobbers
So
the
we're
rest
done.
of them. Yeah.
All right, fun.
All
Another
right, so
battle
I'm
on a
gonna
hill.
eliminate every single one of your guys.
So
right.
I think my biggest issue was
Yes.
I feel like I did okay bang for the buck with the dragons.
Yeah.
I feel like my Titan got wasted a little bit.
I guess I agree.
I didn't get any death
Yeah.
spell in. I didn't get
Yeah.
any,
Yeah.
didn't get any boulder throwing in.
Yeah.
That was my, I think, poorest use of a unit. The longbows just had some bad luck, I think. I do think it's always a bit of a catch-22 with terrain. Because on one hand, getting stuck in terrain that hurts your unit really reduces the effectiveness of the unit. On the other hand, wasting turns not engaging is a waste as well.
Yeah.
If you're averaging out across the entire game. Like two turns at half power is just as good as one turn of full power and wasting a turn.
That's a good point.
You know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah, totally.
So I'm always a little bit of catch-22 about bad terrain because I'm like, well, I could sit here and wait around all day, but I'm wasting turns.
Yeah.
You know, or I can just dive in and have kind of crappy effectiveness.
Yeah.
So I'll figure it out one of these days.
And I actually kind of don't mind that being a hard choice.
Oh no,
right?
it's realistic.
When you're playing with all basic types, it was a much easier choice to be aggressive, right? Like when I played Isabel with basic types, our rule was always that aggression pays off, because you'd rather get the first blow in and force somebody to make a morale check. Right. Just eliminate, just get some dice on the table, get something eliminated, and start forcing morale checks. As we get more like magic powers and like super long range movement, I think it feels like it's becoming more chessy like I felt it was okay with that Griffon to hang back, wait for your solos to expose themselves, and then be able to eliminate them. Which actually wound up working with your Titan, for example.
Yeah, it did. Yeah.
Yeah. Did you were you concerned about that when you came all the way through the woods on that move? Like, did you expect this to end the move in the woods, or did you expect to come all the way through?
I don't even. I think sometimes I'm still working on like not just being impulsive. So sometimes I'm just like, I want to move. I'm not going to think this through. Yeah. So sometimes I think it through, and sometimes I don't. I don't think I really thought it through on that one.
And I feel that because I think I had the same thing with my Griffons kind of getting too close to your longbows, because I thought it was like, it'll be cool to, soar over the pond and then be in a position to go wherever I want next time. And I totally didn't think about being in range of the archers. So I keep doing the same thing myself. Yeah. Somewhere out there's a more rational player of this game who could probably mop the floor up with both of us.
Oh, undoubtedly.
Yeah.
And it's an AI. No, I'm just kidding.
Unfortunately, it probably is actually. I was watching. I think it was just recently the birthday of Bobby Fischer.
Yeah.
Who obviously passed away like 15 years ago at this point. It's interesting in retrospect to talk about these classic famous games from the 60s, and then now the discourse is such that you can't talk about anything without talking about what does the chess engine say about it now, right? And so the best thing that people can say about Bobby Fischer is that all of his instincts were almost nearly the same as a chess engine, right? Which is such a weird difference in conversation about talking about it, because at the time it was like he sees things that nobody else does, right? And now it's like he was very close to what the engine would suggest. So I think you're totally right. That's exactly what the killer player would be. So it was interesting. The Titans, I mean, they both, for some reason, they kept. There was always a reason for us not to be casting spells.
It's the you know what it is, I think, I was feeling the trade-off between trying to get in range but also not moving. Yeah. Which is hard to do.
Yeah. And I had an opportunity to throw stones at a flying dragon. I couldn't hit him any other way. Right. And then I had an opportunity to melee against a dragon, and I could live because I have 2 health. And then I was trying to cast that death spell, but I was hung up by line of sight for a while. Yeah. So that was not what I expected, right? That was not what I expected. Titans would be like spell, and then once you're expended, do something else. Right. And it was like exactly the opposite of that. So interesting experiment.
Definitely. It might have been more like that if we hadn't picked range-dependent spells. I mean, I know weather wasn't, but it turned out weather didn't. Yeah.
What was your other? What did you take? Can I ask?
Death spell and weather.
Oh, really? The exact same thing.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Yeah.
So did you consider, at any point, did you consider turning it sunny to hurt my goblins?
No, I should have thought of that.
But for what it's worth, right, I was going to keep my control weather as a backup to counter that.
Yeah.
Right. So if you did turn sunny, I was one turn later going to
Although, did the goblins ever even shoot at anything? I'm trying to remember. They must have at some point.
Just the dragon that they couldn't hit.
Oh, the dragon, right. The dragon, yes.
Yeah, they never got any effective hits off. So in retrospect, so we had the moment where you had knights coming over the hill. I had goblin archers behind footmen. What do you think the rule ought to be? Should archers be able to shoot at no penalty in that case, or keep the penalty, I guess?
Well, I'm a little torn on that.
Yeah.
Because on one hand, I'm like, well, it should be symmetrical. So
Yeah.
if they're on the ground and something on the hill, they should
Yeah.
also. On the other hand, traditionally, there is a higher ground advantage. Now, I don't know, if it should be limited to archers in that way, but I'm a little torn on that, I guess. I don't remember the rule. More recent editions of BattleTech have a rule for exactly this.
Interesting.
Now, don't look at the older editions because they
BattleTech, to be clear.
BattleTech.
Huh.
BattleTech
Yeah.
with the big stompy robots.
Yeah.
So, I think the older editions were more had kind of crappy rules on this, but they've recently kind of streamlined that, and there is a rule for this. I don't remember what it is because I hardly ever get to play, but
Interesting.
I can try to find out.
Interesting.
I'll try to find out what it is.
I'd like to know that.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So for now, we'll keep that like it is, as it said, and for now, and I'm perfectly fine with the ruling we made tonight. So we'll keep it like it is. If anybody has a suggestion about that situation of, I've got archers on the ground and I have a unit in front of them, and then the enemy's coming over the hill, should I get a penalty, or should I be able to hit them at no penalty? Which again is one of these corner cases of like a thing with a thing with a thing, and I never thought about the thing with the thing with the thing.
Yeah.
I got 2 steps away from it.
Yeah.
So if anybody has a suggestion about what you'd want to see for a particular ruling on that, feel free to put it in our chat. And okay, so Julian is saying, I don't believe there should be a special case for shooting uphill. So it sounds like keep the rule like we just played it tonight is what I'm hearing.
I don't know. Is that what he's saying?
I think
it
so.
sounds like he's maybe saying, don't keep the rule because because the rule is a special case.
So Julian, now we're debating this. That's great. So Julian, do you think there should be a penalty or not a penalty in that situation? And we're sorry we can't make sense. We're sorry we're just devolving to the exact same debate. So maybe Julie can clarify that before we wrap up here in a minute or two. Let me see. So if you hadn't seen our interview on Sunday where Paul and I interviewed Luke Gygax, that was one of my favorite interviews, and I got to, some of the things that come up here and some of the things that happen in my D&D game, like on Friday, I get to go ask people about that. So I got to ask Luke about a couple of spell questions that apparently only confused me and nobody else. But I got to ask him a couple things, and he got some, really interesting recollections of growing up with D&D, and playtesting the first Barbarian and a whole bunch of stuff like that. So that was an really awesome interview. I really hope that you and we talked about chainmail jousting a little bit too.
Oh wow!
Right? Just
fun.
a little bit, which was really a great moment. And Julian here is saying, I think the creature on the hill should be treated like they are on flat ground, just like we did.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Great.
So if I'm shooting over somebody and the enemy's either on flat ground or up on a hill, same situation.
But Julian thinks that shooting down the hill should be not the same.
I believe Julian's okay with that.
Okay.
Because that's been the rule all along.
Okay.
Yeah. And Julian's very, very up on what's in the first edition.
Gotcha.
There.
Gotcha.
Yeah, cool. So look for that, and then Paul and I will be back for more D&D chat Sunday afternoon again. And next Thursday, I'll be on with some Elder Times gaming. I'll be back with Pool of Radiance, because last time I did barely manage to fight my way through Zental Keep.
Oh,
just barely. And I got to experience the surprise about what happens there. And once again, I was down to one character.
Oh.
I had a TPK -1 character, and my last character just barely managed to fight the team's way out.
Sounds stressful.
It was extremely stressful. That is an accurate description, Dan, because it was extremely stressful, and I had everybody online saying, "Well, now you're just dead. You just need to quit because there's no way you can possibly win this." And I just barely managed to do it.
Nice.
And I burnt a bunch of magic items, and everybody says I'm going to regret that later on.
Yeah.
So anyway, more of that next Thursday. And as always, if you see anything here that you're interested in, or questions about pricing or balancing or a strategy that we didn't do right, please leave a comment. And if you're not already a $1 patron with Wandering DMs, get on wanderingdms.com, wanderingdm/patron. Patreon.com/wanderingdms. And you can get on our Discord server and be part of the conversation through the week that's always happening over all of our D&D games and Book of War here. And we would love to see you there on our Discord server. So there's that. Anything else? Anything I'm forgetting, Dan?
No, I think
so much happening.
Covers it. Yeah.
Cool.
Looking forward to, I guess, 2 weeks from now.
Yeah, awesome. That's the best. Awesome. So thanks again to Dan for pushing around my guys, and we'll look forward to being back in 2 weeks. And thanks so much for everybody hanging out with us. That's the best, and we'll see you next time. Take care, everybody.